Hey guys, it's Dustin, and as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be a video of my coming out story. So let's get started. So for those of you who don't know already, I'm bisexual, but I am more into guys. So I'm not sure if there's a word for that. I'm me, and there's like no other word for that. I'm me, labels are overrated, so who wants to be classified like under a certain word? Like, who? Because I doubt like every gay in the world wants to be classified just as gay instead of themselves. So there's not really a need for any labels. I'm me, and other like people who are a part of LGBT are them. We're all our own person, and the same with like straight people. Everyone is themselves, so why put a label on that? The start of my coming out story like begins with my dog, because like she was the first person who I told but it kind of like still mattered to me to like tell her, because like she was with me for like ever, so, and she still is. She's like right outside my room. But anyway, I told her, and then like the following few days, like I was in 8th grade, which was 2 years ago. I told my friend Kateri that I needed to talk to her. And then she thought she was in trouble like for the entire day, so she kept like asking me like, am I in trouble? What did I do wrong? Like, is everything okay? Did something happen to you? Like stuff like that. And I was like, no, you're not in trouble. No, nothing happened to me. I just like really want to talk to you about something personal. And she's like, okay. So it was after lunch, we got done like eating lunch. So as we were like all walking out of the cafeteria to go like to our classes, I like told Kateri like, this is like the time that I need to talk to you. And like she goes, okay. So we start walking down the hall, and I was like so nervous I didn't know like what to do, or like how she was gonna react, or if people were gonna overhear me, because like I wanted to do that like personally to like everyone. So like I wasn't sure. So I was like walking like quietly, and Kateri's like, okay, what is it? Like that's like the 7th time she asked me, and I'm like, there's like something I really need to tell you. And she's like, okay. Then like I'm like all quiet, I'm like, then she like said, are you gay? Like straight out, like she said it in a joking manner too. Like not really joke, but it was like more like a I'm just like naming possibilities here. So I just looked at her, and like she's like kind of smiling, and then she looked at me, and then like her smile went like, and she goes, are you? And I said, kinda. And she goes, are you bi? And I said, yes. And then she goes, aw, well Dustin. And then like that just like brought us closer together, because like she was like perfectly okay with it, and it was just fantastic. So like the entire day I was like all like happy. And then like a few days later, it was in civics class. I was sitting like in the back of the room, and I had my friend Taylor sitting behind me, and like it was like close to the end of the period, so like everyone was talking. So and then she just like asked me like straight out, are you gay? And I'm like, what? Why? And she goes, because like every hot guy is gay. So I'm like, oh, okay. And I like completely avoided the question, because like I like wasn't ready to like tell anyone else, because I just like got through telling like my best friend Kateri like a few days ago. So like the next day I like went up to Kateri and I said, did you tell Taylor that I'm gay? And she goes, no, I didn't tell anyone. I said, okay. And she goes, why? Like, why would you think that? And I said, because yesterday in civics class, she asked me if I was gay. And she goes, oh. And then she goes, what else did she say? And she goes, like I said, she said that because like she then said because every hot guy is gay, and then she like starts laughing, and I'm like, okay, thanks for the support right there. She goes, I'm sorry, and then like we had a conversation about that. But like, so she was like the only person I told for like a while. Like it wasn't until like October 11th that I came out, which in case you guys don't know is National Coming Out Day. It was, I remember that day like it was yesterday. I still can't believe it's been like almost a year since I came out. Because like that was October 11th of 2014. So it's like still there. So I wanted to like tell like my mom for like a really, really long time. So whenever she left like the house with my dad to go to like this banquet type thing where like she could like purchase jewelry and like all that stuff. So it wasn't until like late at night, like maybe 10 probably, where like they finally both came home. And like I really wanted to start a YouTube channel too. So whenever like they came up the stairs before that, because as soon as I like heard them come home, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this like right now. So I ran downstairs and I waited for them to like walk through the door. Like I'm standing there, and then like my dad opens the door and he like just walks right in, says hi, and walks right past me. I mean, my parents are divorced, so like it's like they were divorced for like more than 2 years now. So I wasn't sure like why he's going upstairs. So I'm like, okay. So then my mom was like standing there, and then like we had a conversation. It wasn't about like anything. It was just like, how was it? Like, what did you get? And then like she showed me these earrings she got. And then like we were coming upstairs, and then like I said, remember that what's it called? Tripod? That you had like a camera too? And she goes, yeah. And I said, oh, can I use it? And she goes, why? And I said, I want to make a YouTube channel. And she's like, so we had like a 20-minute conversation about that, and my dad walks out and he goes, so what's going on? And like my mom said, Dustin like wants the tripod. And he goes, why? And like I said, like I want to make a YouTube channel. And then they're like, oh. So my mom was like, okay. So like she got me like the tripod thing and all of that. And then because I was recovering from my surgery, because I like not recently, but then I recently got like a surgery. It was on September 27th, like on my chest. And like if I didn't get it done then, like I probably wouldn't be here now. That's how serious it was. Because I had pectus excavatum, and like I got the NUS procedure done, which I'll show like a picture like right here. So so that's the bar that's in my chest, and that's like keeping my sternum out, because before it was 8 inches in, and like it made it difficult to breathe. So but anyway, after that, it's like I kept like stalling because I wasn't sure like how to like say, hey mom, I'm bi, or hey mom, I'm gay. So like I took the tripod back to my room and I like put it under like my desk thing, and like I was kind of like nervous to like walk back out, and like my dad walked into my mom's room and like closed the door behind him. So I'm like, okay. So my mom was like standing by the lamp out there getting ready to turn it off, and I'm like standing right beside her, and I'm like kind of like nervous. I'm like, I think I looked sketchy kind of, because I'm like looking all around like I don't know what to do, like stuff like that. So my mom looks at me and she goes, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I just like want to talk to you. And she goes, what about? And I said, do you know what today is? And she goes, like she said the day of the week. I forget what day that was. It might have been like Tuesday or something like that. But I'm like, you know, like the actual like day. And she goes, and I said, well, today's National Coming Out Day. And as soon as I like said that, like she like gave me her full attention. And I said, well, I'm bi. And then she, like I said, I'm bisexual. And she's like, oh. And then like, it was like so, it was so emotional at the time. And we had a long conversation. It was like 30 minutes, like about me and how she said that she pretty much already knew. And like I asked her how, and she goes, just by things like you said when you were little and like stuff like that. And she said you weren't doing like that stereotypical like flaunt and everything, but like she could tell that like I was like not fully straight. Like so we had a conversation about that, and then like we hugged, and it was just awesome. She was like so supportive, and she still is. So then I still wanted to like come out to my brothers like on the same day, like National Coming Out Day. So I came back to my room, and like I had my brother's recliner because like, I couldn't sleep in a bed because it like put like too much like stress on my chest. So I ended up texting Denver and Dallas. Denver like was home from college like at the time, but like he was at like a party, I think. So I ended up like texting both of them, and like it's like, hey Denver, there's something I like wanted to tell you. Today is National Coming Out Day and I'm bisexual. So, and I did the same thing to Dallas, and I think it was the next day, they both, Denver was home like from the party, I think. He came home like early in the morning, and I was like laying in my recliner, and I was like so nervous like that night because I wasn't sure like how they were gonna respond, because like they would like say some like homophobic things like here and there, but like I still wanted to tell them. So I did, and then I woke up like in my recliner, looked out the window, and Dallas's car was here. And I was like, oh, because he wasn't supposed to be home from college because it was like in the middle of the week, and he had like classes that day, I think, and the next day, and like so on. But I'm like, okay, so I was like really nervous, like get out of like the recliner to go get something to eat, so I wasn't sure if like they were gonna do anything bad or anything. So I'm like, okay. So I get out of like the recliner and I go to the kitchen, and like I can hear her talking like downstairs, but I'm like kind of nervous, so I like didn't want to like walk over because like they could hear me, because I'm like still like kind of like recovering from my surgery, so I'm like in pain walking. But like I get something to eat, and I come back to my room and like sit in the recliner, and it was like maybe 10-15 minutes later they both walked into my room, and I like look up at them and I'm like staring at them like, okay. And then that's when like they both said, you know it doesn't matter, right? We still love you regardless. And like that was the first time that they ever said that they loved me. It hit me hard. So I start crying, and both of them start crying too. So they said, we'll love you regardless no matter what, and if anyone gives you any trouble, just like tell us and we'll take care of it for you if you can't. So, and that was like the best moment of my life. Those 2 days, like those 2 days were the best 2 days of my entire life. So I'm like getting all emotional again, so sorry, but it's just like really struck something in me. Like I have family who cares about me, so, and that's like the best thing in the world. I know like some people like might not have that, but, and that's just a shame, but like, to me that's like the best thing in the world. So like I get out of the recliner, like I'm still like in pain and I'm like still crying, and like they both like walk out of my room, and then like a few minutes later, like after I like recover like from getting up and like from like my emotions, I walk into Dallas's room, which is like the room right beside mine, and like I like say, hey Dallas, and he looks at me and goes, yeah, and I said, thank you, and then he goes, no problem. So he goes like to give me a handshake, and I go, no. And then like he stares at me and I said, I want to hug instead. So like we hug, and then it was like the first time that we pretty much ever hugged too. So that day was like the first day for like many things. Those 2 days were. So I then go down the hallway because my brother was about to like, Denver was about to do his clothes, and my mom was back there too, like helping him with it. So like I said, Denver, and he looks at me and goes, yeah. And I said, I just wanted to say thanks. And he goes, oh, no problem. And like we both like start crying again, and like we give each other a hug. My mom's like standing there, like almost in tears herself. So like before like I start like crying, and like even more than I already was, like I came back to my room, and like I sat down, and like it was just perfect. But like the same night that I came out like to my mom and my two brothers, like I also like, as soon as I sent like Denver and Dallas a text, I went on like every social media that I have, like Twitter, Facebook, Vine, Instagram, like every single one that you can like imagine, I have it, like Tumblr too. And I like said today is like National Coming Out Day, because it was like still National Coming Out Day, and I like put like on every social media thing like I'm bisexual, and like I sent that out, like it got like a positive response. But like some people like were asking questions like, you're bi, you're gay. I never saw that comment. Like how? Like I'm guessing like there's a certain gay that you're looking for, but I just like let that go. But so after I came out to them, like a few like weeks, like one or like two or like a few more weeks after that, like my mom like said to me, Dustin, like we were sitting at like the table like in my kitchen, and she's like, Dustin. I said, yeah. And she goes, Aunt Teresa, like she's my aunt, she said she's talking to grandma about you, because as soon as I came out to my mom told like my grandma and my Aunt Molly, because like they had like their suspicions about me like since I was born. So I'm like, whatever, because I wanted to be the one to tell them, but like I just didn't know how to. So I guess it's a good thing that like she told them to like save me the extra anxiety that I don't need. So she like told them, and then like my aunt like Teresa like ended up like finding out from my cousin Caleb, because like he like I think he found out from like one of my social medias, because like again like it was like all over the place. So he found out and he told my aunt. So my aunt then asked my grandma instead of like asking me or my mom. So she asked my grandma, and my grandma like told her to ask like me or to ask my mom or anything like that. But she didn't deny it, but she also like didn't agree to it. So that like kind of gave it away too. But anyway, like I think a few months later, my cousin Courtney friend requested me on Facebook. So I'm like, I'm not sure, what should I do? So I like went back to my mom and I asked her, what do you think I should do? And she goes, well, that's up to you. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get everything out there. So I accepted the friend request, and then like she ended up like looking like through my like profile thing and like found out that I'm like me. So she ended up like telling like my other aunts and like her like family. So like everyone in my family knows now, because like recently it was like my mom's like birthday, like my grandparents were like gonna come down. So, and I like told my mom, because she was on the phone with my grandma at the time, and I like said, Mom, can I talk to grandma real quick? And she goes, okay, sure. So like she gives me the phone, and I said, hi grandma, and like we had a conversation, and then she goes, okay, well bye. And I said, there's something like I wanted to talk to you first. She goes, okay. And then I said, you can tell them if you want to, because like my grandma lives with my grandpa and like my uncle too, sorry, my uncle. And like she goes, are you sure, sweetie? And I said, yeah. And that was the end of that, and everything's fine. Like they're all like so supportive. It's just like a mutual like understanding like who I am. Like they don't mention it, like they don't ask questions, even though like I kind of wish they do, but I also respect that they're giving me my privacy about it, because I think they're waiting for me to bring it up so that way like they know that they're like allowed to talk about it without like offending me or anything like that. Which I'm an open book, so they can like ask me any question and I'll answer it like truthfully, because I don't have like anything to hide. So and that like goes with you guys too. If you have like any questions like about coming out or anything like that, just feel free to like talk to me, message me on like Twitter, Instagram, Kick, like Snapchat, any social media that you have, like anything. Just message me, ask me, like talk to me, like anything that like I can do to help you like understand like who like you are, like to like announce that like to your family, like your friends, or like the entire world. Just let me know, because I would love to help. Like there's no like right time to come out, like you just know like when you want to. I came out because like I was like tired of like hiding in the shadow of myself. So because like I knew who I was, but like I was pretending that like I wasn't me, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's my coming out story, and I hope that this helps you. And again, like if you have any questions or anything at all, like message me, like Twitter, Instagram, Kick, like Vine, anything. Or all of my social medias are at it's Dustin. That's at then ITSDUS10. So even like leave a comment down below in the comments section of this video and like ask me or ask anyone else who might be able to help you through that, because it can be a scary experience, because I know that. But who knows, your family or your friends might be like extremely supportive, and if they are, like more power to you. But like I get that some like people have families who aren't that supportive and who are against some LGBT rights and all that, but it's 2015. Equality is now legalized, so they just need to move on with their lives, like accept what's happening in the present, and don't focus too much on the past, because the past is the past and you can't change that. So again, this was my coming out story, and I hope you like got some like anything out of it, because this feels like a weight lifted off my shoulder, even though I already came out. It's like to everyone. So again, I hope this helped you. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, and please like tell your friends or like family who you like think is like struggling with anything to like check out my video or check out the other coming out stories, because there's a lot of them, and I know that because I watched pretty much every single one of them 3 times to like try to get myself prepared for what I was about to do. So well, I'm trying to get back to like making videos like every single week, even though school's gonna be starting for me next week on the 31st. So I hope this helped you, and again, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Everyone is just their own person, so I don't see why we have to put labels on specific people or specific sexualities. Everyone's just their own person, so leave it as that. There's not really anything to be classified as under, except for yourself. So I'm comfortable with myself, I'm comfortable with who I am, so I'm okay. I don't need a label to help represent me, because I know who I am, and I'm okay with that. I love myself for that, and I hope there's a lot of other people who think the same way that I do about this situation.